turn off whale
Shane, 'cause
noises.
we're
Oh yeah,
on
make
audio
sure your
video.
phones
Good
are on
transition.
vibrate.
Oh yeah. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to What Happened Last Night, the Who Done It Show. I'm your host, Danny Burkaski, and here with me,
co-host Casey Lawrence.
how you doing, Casey?
Oh, I'm doing so good.
Good morning, sweet. How are you guys doing at home? Tell us in the chat. We've got chat. If you're watching us on Twitch, if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook, we got chat. We're listening. We want to hear from you. We want to know what's up. But thank you for tuning in, and welcome to What Happened Last Night, the Who Done It Show. Today is the first episode we're going to have during the month of Pride. So happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride, everybody.
We got a little pink over here. We got
That's
a little
right.
pink over here. Because we are in touch with our sexualities and our gender identities, and like we know who we are, and we want everybody to feel comfortable knowing who they are and expressing it.
Absolutely.
Happy Pride. Anyways, this show isn't really about that. This show is about playing social deduction games and trying to figure out who's a stinking rat, who's lying to you, what's going on.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Everyone can be a stinking rat.
Everyone can be a stinking rat.
I don't trust any of our contestants.
Oh, I don't trust any of them. And some of them are going to be stinkier than others, but they could all be stinking rats. Today, we've got a couple of audience participation games that you guys can get involved in. The first is going to be what we call What's in the Box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Oh,
This
boy.
is where we look at 1-star Amazon reviews for beloved products. And so far, it's all stuff that would be marketed to children because that's where my headspace is when I'm surfing Amazon. So keep that hint in mind. We're going to be reading 1-star reviews to our players and to you at the same time. All of these reviews will be for a specific product. And if you guys can guess before our players do,
Ooh.
they're all stinking rats.
Okay.
The other audience participation game is one that's near and dear to all of our hearts. You guys know it and you love it. It is Two Truths and a Lie. Yes!
Yeah.
Or also, as we like to call it sometimes here, Two Facts and a Falsehood. To
Okay.
be a little more alliterative.
Yes, that's right.
So while you're in the chat, please go ahead and submit 2 truths and a lie about yourself that we can use to try to stump our players. They're going to be trying to figure out what's real and what isn't.
Yeah.
You'll know, we'll know, they won't. Last thing to mention is that we would love it if you guys could share the stream. We're up on Facebook Live right now, so it is very simple for you guys, if you're watching on Facebook Live, to just go down and hit the share button. And I'm just gonna guess where it is. It's like over here.
It's like
yeah. And if we get 20 shares on this stream, we've already helped you out a little bit because a bunch of us have shared it. If we get up to 20 shares, you guys can pick who the werewolf is going to be in the final round. So that'll be pretty fun and exciting. But now that we've given you our basic introductions at the top, we've gotten our housekeeping out of the way, let's introduce you to the players so that you guys know who is out there today and who we are going to be watching.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Barrett Jackson, and I am obsessed with cats and snacks, and food, and cats too. I'm a player who's generally in it for the fun. I don't get really competitive. I'm totally a trustworthy person. I am terrible at picking up vibes. That is not a thing that registers to me at all. I am a bit of a different person when I play board games. I let loose. I smack talk, which is not a thing that's like in my day-to-day life. But board games, yeah, there's a bravado that comes out in me. Ugh.
Hi, my name is Robert. I'm excited to play some games. Man, I got really into Serial for a while, that podcast. I think I listened to all 10 episodes straight. No, there's no way I could get away with murder. I would freak out. That would be too much pressure. It's weirdly easy for me to lie. It shouldn't be that easy. To everyone but my girlfriend, I'm good at keeping secrets. My girlfriend always knows when I'm lying. 100%. I can't put anything past her. I think I'm good at picking up vibes, but I just read people totally wrong usually.
Hey guys, we just showed you a couple of player introductions. Those are the two that we have ready, but we're gonna have some more player introduction videos in the future. We've got some more players that we're gonna do introduction videos for, so we'll have a little more of that fun content. Right now, we are pausing in like the schedule of the game because our Facebook live stream has gone down momentarily, and we are working on getting that back up for you guys. But something that I forgot to mention right at the top was in the One Night Ultimate Werewolf app, there's some music choices. We got a few different options for you for what sort of music will play during the night phase. And those options are 1, disco. A little bit of this pointing action, a little disco duck or something.
Yeah.
B, spaghetti. And this is not some Italian like da 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 da. It is actually like spaghetti western, so you're getting a little more of the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yeah. Classic is just, I guess, like the it's just like some intense like moody music that was originally designed to go with the game. And then the final option is pop, which is a little, it's a little Jason Mrazzi, I must say.
No, not NSYNC-y, more Jason Mrazzi.
A little less NSYNC-y, a little more Jason Mrazzi, I think.
But I'm gonna write you a little Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah, a little Vanessa.
I'm gonna write you a love song
cause you asked for it. That's not Vanessa Carlton though.
Who is that?
That's definitely
Sarah Bareilles.
Yeah, Sarah Bareilles.
Sarah
Yeah.
Bareilles,
Oh,
yeah.
I love Sarah Bareilles.
Who's gonna go see Waitress?
I had that album. So, do we have Facebook Live back up? Yeah, we got Facebook Live back up.
Ready to
go.
go.
Sorry for that brief interruption, but we are going to cut over to the players so that they can introduce you guys to our special guest this week.
Hey guys, happy Pride! Woo! Welcome to the couch. Today we are celebrating with she and I are on our second mimosas. Anyway, so thanks for joining us. You can see that we have a usual cast of faces. I'm gonna go through some of the faces since you didn't see them in all the slidey things. I mean, Conroy,
I'm in the intro video,
but
so,
he's
like,
playing with us today.
Yep.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
Lawrence,
Probably will.
you guys know Lawrence. We have our
Hey.
forever Hannah, and then we have our quiet Robert.
Yeah.
And today our special guest is Channing. He's so excited. He's so scared.
He's gonna try not to mess it up.
That's all we do every week. So that everybody gets to know you, tell us, Channing, what is your favorite board game?
Treble.
Ooh.
You know the game where you pop the. Yeah, because it's cutthroat. Because you get people out, and yeah, I'm kind of a dick. So.
All right, so now we know his player modus operandi is dick.
Yeah.
Now, I guess now we'll go find out how to play the game. So let's find out how to play the game.
One Night Ultimate Werewolf is a game where everyone has secret identities that determine how they play. Each player randomly chooses a role and keeps it a secret from the other players. Then begins the night. The players close their eyes so that role by role they can be called on to conduct their misdeeds in secret. First, any players who drew the werewolf role cards open their eyes and acknowledge each other. Then the rest of the players act in turn according to their role. Then, day begins. The players will have 5 minutes to figure out what happened and vote on someone to kill. If a villager dies, the werewolves win. If a werewolf dies, the villagers win. The only exception is the tanner, who's trying to get themselves killed. In order to win, our players will have to lie. They'll have to deduce, and they'll have to figure out what happened last night.
All right, here we go.
Welcome to the night phase, guys.
Close your eyes.
Casey and I are gonna have to
Wake
be a little
up
bit quiet
and
because
look
they are
at
right
another
next to me,
player's
so
card.
we're gonna be able to
You are
turn the
now
volume up
that
a little bit
role.
on us.
If you viewed the seer,
now, let's
robber,
see.
troublemaker,
We're playing with the
or drunk
doppelganger.
card,
It's pretty
do your
exciting.
action
That's a
now.
new role that we haven't played before, and the doppelganger can basically assume the identity of one of the other cards. Alyssa's playing as the doppelganger, and what that means
Doppelganger,
is she's actually
close
playing
your
other players'
eyes.
cards and assume their
Werewolves,
identity. I think
wake up and look for other werewolves.
Alyssa
If there is only one werewolf, you may look at a card
We're gonna
from the
get
center.
everything shortly. Oh yeah. Let's see. The werewolves have identified one another.
Werewolves, close your eyes. Seer,
Exactly.
wake up.
What
You may look at another player's
Yeah.
card, or
There's a
two
lot stuff
of the
that
center
happens in the middle to
cards.
change it. We don't know if they're going to stick together or find a way to break apart.
Exactly.
Seer,
exactly.
close
Okay,
your
here we go.
eyes.
This is what
Robber, wake up.
We got two people.
You may exchange your card with another
We
player's
haven't
card,
mentioned yet, but they're
and
all
then
sort of
view
wobbling
your new
around.
card.
They're getting funky. Because they're doing the night phase, baby. The
Robber,
reason why they do
close
that is
your
so that when it
eyes.
is their turn
Troublemaker,
to move cards
wake
or
up.
do whatever they're going
you
to
may
do,
exchange
the
cards
other
between
players
two
will be like,
other
"Ah,
players.
they're in a troublemaker phase. They must be a troublemaker. But to go through the other roles, the troublemaker's going right now, but we don't have the
Close your
troublemaker.
eyes.
Hannah was the robber, and she
Wake up
switched
and
cards
exchange your
with
card with a card from the center.
with
She robbed the
Channing.
insomniac.
She robbed Channing the insomniac. So when Channing wakes up, he's going to be able to see, oh, I'm not the insomniac like I thought I was. And there's going to be information out there for the players to use to determine who the werewolf was.
Definitely. So we'll see what happens. I'm
Yeah.
excited to check it out now. The
Yeah.
doppelganger that they were the insomniac gets to check again today.
Yeah.
Wake up and
The
look.
final instructions right now is the game telling the doppelganger, hey, if you were the insomniac, this is the point where you wake up and look at your card. And now it's about time for the day phase.
Let's do this.
Yes.
Wow. Whoa.
Wow.
That was fun.
Peaceful.
That
Yeah.
was very
Slept very
peaceful.
well last night.
Wowzers. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mimosa. Cheers. Wow.
Except one.
I'm done.
Yeah, you're done. You are done.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
So, hi, everybody.
Hi.
Whatever
Do you have any
we
questions about what's going
The
on?
game, yeah. So if you're the top, yeah.
No, you don't want to talk about anything?
I don't want to talk about anything.
Oh,
Anything with it off
okay.
your chest?
I mean, I saw some stuff.
Which,
Did you?
Wait,
Oh.
hey, a seer sees things
Thank you.
a seer does see
What did
things.
you
by
say?
definition.
Well,
Yeah.
I can tell you this. I know that we have at least one werewolf in play. Okay.
A werewolf.
How?
things.
Oh, you
That's
do you
very
know
true.
who that werewolf
Yeah.
is?
Are you a werewolf and you know there's another
No.
werewolf?
She
No.
saw two cards in the center.
Yeah.
So that.
Who can do
Oh,
that?
she did.
But how does that tell you that we have at least one werewolf in play?
Because
Because
I
there's
saw
only
two.
one card left that she hasn't seen, so it could be a werewolf.
Yeah.
Which means there's one werewolf in play or two.
Here's my question.
But it's not a game
Oh,
where we
she saw
have two
two.
werewolves in the middle. Because we
Gotcha.
had that happen.
Okay, wait,
yeah,
wait.
before we forgot. That's an option.
Good to know.
So
yeah.
seer can see two cards or one person's card.
Mm-hmm.
And how many seers can there be in a game?
One.
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you're the doppelganger.
Dude, don't ask about the rules of the game right now.
That's
it's too
so
late.
true.
It's too late.
Very true.
Yeah.
Unless the doppelganger
Who does have-
was the seer.
Yeah.
Also.
Here, I
Ah.
was
Yeah.
worried about being the fuck.
Are
up
you
there.
the seer? Okay, guys. So Lawrence is the seer. She's the doppelganger. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I just.
Well,
Intuition.
So
Yeah.
the whole prompting of how many seers can there be is because I'm also a seer.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. I like Alyssa and I trust her, so I would think that she's not trying to deceive me.
As the seer, what did you see?
This is gonna really hurt me.
Oh God, did you not look? No.
No, this is really gonna hurt me. Conroy is the werewolf, and I saw
Wait, but
last
when
night.
does the seer cease?
Okay.
Seer cease first?
Now I know
Seer
that you're
sees
not
one
the seer.
card.
You
No, I
just gave yourself away, dude.
it kills me.
Yeah.
It kills me because
You did one card of another person. You checked Conroy's. He's a werewolf.
Yeah.
Wait, but what's the order of events? Seer goes.
Seer can either see.
Well, we
one-
need to stop.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, pause. Thank you.
Wait.
Oh, we got a transition. Okay, guys, that transition was a fun new little thing that we've got going on.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the stare down siesta. They're in the other room. They're not allowed to talk. They've got a white noise machine on so that they can't hear what we're saying. And they're just staring at each other, trying to suss each other out, figure out who's lying, who's telling the truth.
So right now we only have one liar. Right now, the only person who has lied so far on stream is Conroy, and he's doing it from a place of weakness because everyone, if they believe each other, can solve this. Right?
Yeah,
it's just how much doubt can he add into these procedures?
Yeah,
it's tough. It's going to be a real tough situation for him to come back from because anytime the seer looks at a werewolf card and then can get the rest of the evidence and knows that they haven't been switched, that person is in a lot of trouble.
Absolutely, and I think that the villagers are in a really awesome position because they have a ton of information.
Yes.
The werewolves know where one another are.
Yeah.
Robert and Conroy were the werewolves. But the villagers have all sorts of information at their disposal because Alyssa, as the doppelganger, got to be the seer.
Yes. Yeah.
Alyssa, as the seer, was able to look at two cards in the middle while Lawrence looked at Conroy's card. And so they know we looked at two cards in the middle and there must be at least one werewolf.
Yes.
Lawrence saw that Conroy was a werewolf. Everybody's able to sort of corroborate one another.
Yep.
And I don't think that Channing and Hannah have revealed their roles yet.
No.
But they will also be able to say, like, oh, I was the insomniac.
And they can verify each other.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing: Robert hasn't said anything. And as a werewolf, that's a tough situation to be in because you don't want to make a lie.
Oh, I have a mimosa too, by the way. Sorry. Yeah.
You want to make something that sounds plausible. It sounds true. That fits in the logic with what people have already said, and they are running out of time to find that little loop to slide into.
Absolutely. I think that the only thing that Robert was able to get out there and say was when Hannah said, "Okay, I think that Lawrence was the seer and Alyssa was the doppelganger." Robert said, "How do you know? How are you so sure?" So it was definitely a good place to try to insert himself, but he got talked down pretty quickly. Yeah.
So it's not looking good for the werewolves, but let's see what they have in this last 2.5 minutes. And,
if I were the werewolves, I would try probably to focus attention on the people who also haven't been talking.
Yeah.
Channing and Hannah, and given that they're going to be the only ones able to confirm one another, it might be a good way to say these two are probably the werewolves.
You know, if I was a werewolf, I would probably try to go with I'm a robber and I robbed.
Yeah.
You know, and I would make a guess at either Channing or Hannah because that's the only way to slide yourself in there. And then, do you believe me or do you believe the person who was actually the robber?
Absolutely, and even there, it's a little bit tough. They'll probably have to wait for the robber and Insomniac to reveal themselves because Alyssa's laid a bit of a trap.
Yeah.
Alyssa said, "I saw two cards in the middle. They were villager cards, but not revealed what those two villager cards are."
They say, ooh boy.
This is definitely hard times to be a werewolf.
Yes, yeah, all right.
But let's get back into the game so that we can see how this day phase wraps up. We're going to cut back over to the players now.
Woof. Let's do it. All right. This one,
Right out of the bat, I just want to say that I was the robber and he was the insomniac.
Okay.
Did you wake up the robber?
I did.
Yes. So
Very cool.
I pretty much trust. I mean, I obviously trust him, and
Thank you. I trust you
the two
too.
of you.
Why do you trust him? Because I want to point out that you're a dick face because you cannot be the seer because you said that I was the werewolf and that is a complete fabrication and you're just trying to mess with me. So that's like, no, you're not a fucking seer, dude.
So really,
I was the drunk, and I don't know who I am now.
But who did you switch with?
I switched with Lawrence. Oh no, from the center.
Huh.
Right, from the center.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wait, so you confused me with the center of the table?
Yeah, I wanted to do a little like.
'Cause you're so
flames.
broad,
I was like,
dude.
oh no, what's
I
going
am
on?
broad. I'm so wooden. Dude.
So is he a tanner?
Could be.
Could be, yeah. Here's a reason why. Here's a reason why you should trust me.
We should never trust you. Tell us why we should trust you because I don't trust you at all.
The reason why you should trust me is because you all know how much I care about Conroy and to see
I just met you today.
This is true.
I just met you today. And so it was. It kind of broke my heart.
I believe that you were the other seer. There's something weird between you two.
Yeah,
about
and
how quickly you corroborated.
You were the first person to
Because
talk,
I
so
looked
wonder
at
if
him
you're
and I
the
went.
werewolf.
Wait.
He said, "How many seers are allowed in the game?" And I looked at him and I go, "So you're a seer?" And he goes.
Well, okay.
I don't believe him.
Guys, but hey, listen to me.
If I was the werewolf, I would accuse somebody immediately.
Okay, wait, hold on. Wait,
like he didn't know whether he could tell me or not.
Okay,
and
wait.
That made me trust
Watch this. Hey, Conroy, what card are you if you're not the werewolf?
Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to tell you that. That's a secret.
It's a good test. No, go ahead and try.
Yeah.
You've got all the information. You can make up a card.
I'm not gonna say I'm a mason. I
don't want you to die. I know you're a werewolf. But
you are not
you to die.
I am not a.
I don't even think we're playing with Masons.
Do we have chance? I'm telling you right now. Okay.
No.
I have no
You're
other.
Very decent liar.
All right,
okay.
All right, guys. We only have 4 seconds.
I'm telling you, Conroy.
I saw a drunk in the center.
Okay.
But that would make sense because you swapped a drunk.
Yeah.
But I was first, so there was a drunk in the middle. He's not the drunk.
Okay, so he's definitely the werewolf. Trust me.
Wait, who are you pointing at me?
No, he's pointing at me.
If you have the most on you, flip your card over.
I told you that. I knew you were fucking full of shit. You confused me with the table.
It's happened a few times. So.
That was a really good call on your part.
Thank you. Found that seer doppelganger real fast.
That was fantastic. And that actually gave us so many cards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
That was fun. All right, guys.
Wow.
Welcome to the postmortem. Yeah.
You know, I've never seen the I'm a card that we're not playing in this game. That's a brilliant move by Conroy to try to throw everybody off his scent.
Yeah, Conroy really is a skilled player. I loved watching how that went down because when Lawrence was pinning it all on Conroy, I thought, man, Conroy's gonna have a hard time here. But Conroy, I think, like, not being super familiar with all the cards, like, made a really great play to go with his strengths.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not going to, like, try to logic everyone out of thinking I'm the werewolf. I'm just gonna do, like, insane character attacks on Lawrence.
Yes, yeah. And
I'm going to call his integrity into question.
It's so funny because Lawrence was like, I love Conroy, and then Conroy was like, you're a total piece of junk. I don't want to deal with you. Honestly, the level of trust between two people is never, the same on both sides. You gotta always try to worry about, who's gonna turn and flip their allegiances at the last minute.
Absolutely. And I was an absolute fool to put Conroy and Lawrence right next to each other because those guys are gonna be shouting each other down all game.
Yeah.
But doesn't that make good TV? I don't know.
A little bit. Yeah, I think
Anyways, I was kind of surprised that we never really heard anything about the robber and the insomniac.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that?
Well, we didn't hear a lot of, like, back on it. Like, they corroborated each other's stories right at the beginning.
Oh,
of the
okay.
phase.
Yeah.
And then they were, they believed each other. And then you had a strong voting block of 4. Everybody who wasn't a werewolf pretty much knew that Conroy was the person to not be trusted.
It was excellent. It was excellent for Conroy to go for that character attack because that's almost all that he had at his disposal. But then I really liked the way that Robert piled onto that. He said, I know what my buddy's doing over there, and I'm going to support him. I am going to try to use the knowledge that I have in order to improve the case that he's making. And Hannah, I mean, it really seemed like it was working for a while to me because Hannah jumped on it saying Lawrence seemed a little fishy when he was asking about how many seers there were. And Channing was even saying, hey, Lawrence was like the first person who talked, so I think he was the werewolf. So I was worried for Lawrence there, and I was excited for the werewolves, but then Lawrence really had that ace in the hole when he turned to Conroy and said, if you're not the werewolf, what card are you? Yeah. I think Lawrence and Conroy know each other really well, and so Lawrence knew that that was going to be the trump card. That was going to be I shouldn't say Trump during Pride Month. But in any case, that was the ace in the hole. That clinched it for the Villager team.
Yeah.
What a round. Really exciting. Things that I want to bring up again that we mentioned at the top. If you guys have preferences for music, please get those in so that we can play what you want to hear. I think that we already got Spaghetti into that first round. So thank you for everybody who voted Spaghetti or Western or Noodles. We hear you. We love you.
Enrico Morricone.
Yeah. Anybody who said that too. What else? Oh, if we get 20 shares, yeah, that's good. We're gonna go into our first. Audience participation game.
That's right.
Which is the segment that we are calling What's in the box? What's in the box? And so I'm going to go over into the other room to hang out with the players and read to them our Amazon 1-star reviews for a beloved product. And you guys are going to try to guess in the chat while the players are trying to guess right in the other room. If you guys guess first, you're the best. We love you so much. But you already knew that. All right, I'm going to head over to the players so that we can get this show rolling.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey guys. All right. You guys excited to guess what's in the box?
Yeah.
What's in the box? So imagine this scenario for me, if you will. You hear a knock at the door. You go to your front door, and sitting there is an Amazon box. Wait a second. What?
What?
I didn't order anything.
I call the police immediately.
Call the police immediately. But if you're not as clever as Robert and not as civic-minded, you might notice that on top of the box, there's a note. And that note is a list of 1-star reviews for whatever's in the box. You gotta decide whether or not you're gonna open it. But first you have to figure out what it is. So let me start reading you what you see on that note. The first review says, "The blank in the tubs is gummy and gooey." Blank, in this case, is the name of the product. Okay? The blank in the tubs is gummy and gooey. It sticks to everything. I've tried adding flour to it to eliminate the stickiness, but it doesn't help. Maybe I just got a defective batch, but it's horrible. The way this is going to work is after each review, I'm going to turn to you guys, and you will have 2 guesses at what the product is. So please buzz in if you think you have one.
Can you repeat
For
the?
us or the audience
For you
out
guys.
there?
The audience is guessing right now. They're in the chat and they're just spamming away. They're smashing their keyboards with their faces.
I know. What is it?
What is it?
Is it cookie dough?
It is not cookie dough.
Is that one of our guesses?
That's
So does hair gel.
Yeah,
right.
so does Play-Doh, dude.
All right. Any more guesses?
Yes.
Or do you want to wait for more clues?
Guess.
All right, Alyssa?
Gak?
Nickelodeon Gak.
It is not Gak.
Oh.
One more guess?
Moisturizer.
Moisturizer. It is not moisturizer.
Flour and
those are your
moisturizer.
guesses. Those are your
on the
two
internet
guesses.
are weird.
To make sure that it's as official as possible, and I'm only responding to official guesses. Smash the table. Don't smash the table.
Don't
Just
smash the table.
Just say buzz.
Okay, all right.
And I will call on
So just a thought. You know, remember those hands, those sticky hands that you'd throw in steak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's.
Just but then you want them to be sticky.
Let's get another clue.
All right, another clue.
Okay.
All right. This review says it's so sticky. My son is obsessed with blank, but he plays with this. But when he plays with this stuff, I basically have to scrub his hands and change his clothes when he's done. He likes to put it on his little cars, and I have to scrub those to get it off. Just go to the store and buy it. This stuff is weird. Okay.
Is it like Play-Doh?
Any
Did someone say
buzzes?
Play-Doh already?
We didn't say that.
Let's try it.
We can try it.
Buzz.
Buzz. All right, what's your guess?
Play-Doh.
It's Play-Doh. Great.
That was
job,
my
you
first
guys.
thought.
Is it like
No, that was my friend.
Is that like Play-Doh, like off-brand Play-Doh from China or something?
It's Play-Doh from Amazon, and a pattern that I'm noticing as I'm researching the products to use for this segment is sometimes even brand name products may be distributed by less than like sparkling retailers.
Yeah.
And so I think that the Play-Doh. Some people were complaining that like it showed up and some of the tubs were cracked and the Play-Doh's all dried out.
Oh man.
You guys really. What's the news?
Chat got that first.
Chat.
Oh,
You're all stinking rats.
Yeah, chat, you're the best.
All right. Thank you guys.
Chat.
Kick ass on the Play-Doh. We are going to get ready for game 2.
Yeah.
So does everybody have their cards? All right. I'm going to pop over to the commentator booth and we're going to get this stuff rolling.
And move your mimosas.
Okay. All right.
Move your
Mimosas
mimosa.
out of the way.
Oh, I ran
And ready to play. Out of the way, Lawrence.
Out of the way,
God
ready to
damn it.
play.
Oh, you guys rule. Way to go on that. Play-Doh is the best.
Yes, you got it. happy to make sure that everybody knows that chat came in first here.
Yeah. You guys killed it. You're great, chat.
But is Play-Doh actually sticky?
Wait, we have to pay attention to what's going on in the game. I think that it was bad Play-Doh.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so first is the doppelganger.
Yes.
Which in this round is Robert.
Yeah.
If you are now a minion, keep your eyes.
I didn't.
Otherwise, close.
I didn't notice.
We might need to pause because
Yeah, guys, pause the game and restart.
The minion, so everybody
Pause the game and restart.
Hands down. I'm gonna take a second. Just everybody hands down.
Eyes open or closed?
Eyes open in a second. All right, eyes open. I have to fix somehow the app.
Okay.
Minion in there.
That was
Okay, and if you are cut session. If you are the doppelganger, please, if there is a doppelganger and you are the doppelganger, please repeat whatever you did at the top exactly as you did in that game. Okay. All right, so we had a little confusion with the app where a role got added in that wasn't supposed to be in there. We ain't playing with no minions today.
No.
We playing with real ballers.
Yes, yeah.
Ain't nobody else's minion.
And I don't even like bananas.
Gross. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those that franchise. It's not my favorite.
But the banana with the fire hydrants.
So you do like it? Okay, we're ready to get back into the game. Casey loves minions.
Alright, everybody close your eyes again. Get your hands off the table. Alright.
Everyone, close your eyes. Doppelganger, wake up and look at another player's card. You are now that role. If you viewed the seer, Robert, troublemaker, or drunk
so it looks
card,
like Robert
do your
checked out
action
Hannah's
now.
card, which would make him now.
Yes. Yeah.
Cool. Great. We got 3 werewolves. That's crazy. That's gonna be wild. So it's tricky to have 2 werewolves because you will know, we've almost got a voting majority right here. But if you're too transparent about that, someone will.
You may look at a card.
If the rest of the players team up against you, then they will be able to make 2 people die, a werewolf and one other. And as long as one werewolf dies,
you may look at another player's card or 2 of the center
So
cards.
we don't have a seer this round. It's going to be a little bit quiet out there as far as movement for the next couple of turns. I think we'll have Troublemaker, we've got a Robert, and we've got a Drunk.
Yeah.
So that's a
You
lot
may
of movement
exchange
of
your
cards.
card
Let's see
with
what
another
Lawrence
player's
does here
card,
as the Robber.
and then view your new card.
He's going to take Conroy's card. So he's now a werewolf, and he doesn't know what a
Robber,
huge presence the
close your
werewolves have.
eyes.
Yes,
Troublemaker,
there are 3.
wake up.
He's not gonna know.
You
that
may
he's
exchange
a
cards
and
between
Conroy
2
won't know
other players.
that he's now a villager.
Okay. And Channing is flipping Lawrence's card.
Troublemaker,
with, I believe,
close your eyes.
Hannah?
Drunk.
So that means
Wake up
that
and
Lawrence
exchange
and
your
Hannah are both
card
still
with a
werewolves.
card from the center.
But there's a lot of flipping to suss through.
Yeah.
And
Drunk.
the drunk has
Close
reached
your
into the middle and pulled out a card, and we know it's not a werewolf.
Wake up and look at your card.
I believe it was somebody on the villager team and not the Tanner.
Yeah, the robber
Insomniac.
robbed.
Close your
Conroy.
eyes.
Yeah.
Doppelganger.
Lawrence as
If
the
you
robber
view
took
the
Conroy's werewolf
Insomniac
card.
card, wake up
Mhm.
and look at your
We
card.
don't have an Insomniac, so there's no new information to gain there.
And the doppelganger isn't it?
Doppelganger. Close your eyes.
We're done here.
Everyone,
Tell you what.
wake up.
Welcome to the day phase.
This
y'all.
is the least restful sleep I've had in a long time.
Like I was sleepwalking.
Oh, man.
We got a core workout.
Oh, good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Must
Yeah.
be nice. Have nice
So,
stomachs. Hi.
I caused a little bit of trouble.
Oh, did you? Ooh, with that face, yeah.
Who'd you travel?
Holding a mimosa.
I know, yeah.
Who did that trouble?
Yeah.
Who did you trouble?
Lawrence and Hannah.
Oh,
Interesting.
cute.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, I did nothing because I just looked on my own card because I'm an insomniac.
Okay.
Anyone else want to
Weigh in.
challenge that?
Who wants to challenge it? What are you gonna say this time?
Me. I'm the insomniac.
This story again.
Why do you?
Bullshit.
Why do you keep doing this? There are other players in this game. You know.
I know.
But you're not the insomniac anymore.
Yeah. So what'd you wake up as?
Seer.
Huh?
I'm Seer. Well, because we switched
You woke
cards,
up
right?
as a seer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, that doesn't add up at all.
No.
All eyes on you now, motherfucker.
No, I actually.
I was the werewolf, and Trouble made me, and now there's 2 werewolves.
You trouble made me?
He trouble made
you. So you're a werewolf now.
Wait a second, so you were a werewolf?
Yeah. But then
how do I have a seer card?
so somebody else did
You
this
tell
with
us.
Yeah.
My eyes were closed.
Okay. So if the doppelganger was a troublemaker or a switchy cardy person, they would.
But they.
How would you?
So someone maybe Trouble made him, and then Trouble made him again.
Yeah.
Oh.
If the doppelganger was a troublemaker.
But wait, then who was the initial seer then? How did I get the seer card?
Is there a robber?
Anybody rob?
Robert's being awful quiet over here.
I was the doppelganger, and I did get the troublemaker card, and I switched people, but
you're not gonna tell us who?
No, I'm not gonna say.
Oh man, that's
okay. So we have double
mean,
troubles.
Dude. Double trouble.
Double trouble.
Okay. And a kitty. Sorry, guys. Kitties really just run my brain out. I can't do anything after I see a cat.
And so, what have we established so far?
Oh, we have to pause. Is what we have to do.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the Stare Down Siesta.
Ooh, this siesta is not going to give anybody any rest.
Yeah, they're listening to, I think, a babbling brook over in the other room, as I can still hear it through my headphones. So lovely, so charming. But that was a fun round.
Yeah.
That was a mess.
I mean, it's mostly a mess because so many people are werewolves, and so many people don't know that there are not that many villagers. There's 3 werewolves and 4 people who think that they're werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's lying out their ass, and it's hilarious.
Yes, absolutely. But one thing that I noticed that I think is really tragic for Team Werewolf is that Hannah, hearing that she had her card moved, was so quick to give it up that she was the werewolf. Yeah. And honestly, that's usually a play that I would make as well. I would say, oh, I was the werewolf, the troublemaker switched me. Well, I'm not a werewolf anymore. Sorry, you ended up as a werewolf.
Yep.
But unfortunately for Hannah, Lawrence was a werewolf, so she is still now a werewolf.
Yeah.
So she totally shot her team right in the foot.
And that's something you can't know because, well, you didn't know that the robber stole it. That information came out late.
Exactly. Which is why I feel like while it is tempting to say like, oh, I got switched, I'm not a werewolf anymore, no problem. You do still have to play a bit of a slow game and wait and see what you hear. Wait and see if you find out about who you got switched with, or like the person who's saying they're the troublemaker, they might not even be the troublemaker. Yeah. You don't know that you can trust that information.
Here's the other thing.
Robert?
The only thing that might save her in this is the fact that there is a Tanner in the game.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The Tanner is in the center, but she may be able to turn it to her advantage by acting so suspicious as the werewolf that people think that she's the Tanner.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I might try to play the Tanner angle. I think that if I was going to make a prediction, this round is going to be a bit of a mess. I think that the winning person might only get 2 or 3 votes. Like this, it's going to be a real tough one to decide who's going to point to who.
Absolutely. I think we're going to see a lot of scrambling in the rest of the round to come. But one thing that I feel like we'd be remiss not to mention is Robert claiming that he was the second troublemaker. I think that was a really good call to make as the doppelganger werewolf, because you know that some stuff is getting messed up with your teammates getting their cards switched around. And if you can figure out who wound up with those werewolf cards, you can try to throw suspicion onto someone else saying like, oh, is that who ended up with the werewolf? No, because I'm the troublemaker, so I actually switched you. We all have to vote for, say, Alyssa.
Very, very smart move.
Yeah, so I hope that Robert can clinch that. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be messy. Let's see if we got a janitor out there who can clean things up.
Ooh, boy.
And we're going to go over to the players now.
Okay.
Okay.
Now
we're back.
Oh, we're doing it.
Oh.
Yeah, you can hit resume.
Last time I
Okay,
hit
great. Yeah,
Okay.
No, that kind of
Okay.
Melissa, now what are you?
She already said.
Oh fuck. Yeah, I had to remember cats. Thanks.
You're a
mimosas.
cat?
No.
Yeah.
I am always. No. I got drunk,
Boom.
so I don't know what I am.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Tanner's not in play, right?
It is.
Tanner's in
Absolutely
play.
is.
It's a good Tanner move.
Did anybody see? Do we have any seers? Did anybody see anything?
Yeah, we had a seer.
We had
No,
apparently we had a seer.
Well,
So,
apparently,
what did you see?
So someone
saw that-
had
you
to
saw
have been a seer.
Conroy, so what you said you were insomnia?
Insomnia.
no. I was Robert, and I switched, and I got Seer, and I just feel like Conroy's full of shit.
You feel your feelings are.
Wait, you were Robert gets to look at another person's card, not switch.
No, yeah,
Switch,
look and
switch, and then look at your own.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Sorry. Okay.
Motherfucker, you think I'm gonna be werewolf 2 times in a row, dude? I was
That's
insomniac.
why I think it's so likely.
I woke up. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I'm just
1
chilling
minute
this time, dude. 1 minute remaining.
You claim to be the
Yeah.
drunk.
Yes.
Might be the Tanner. Or might be a werewolf now. I feel
I
like
mean,
there
I
were
could be anything
I feel
now.
like
I
there
don't
were a
fucking
lot
know.
of switches. You were the doppelganger, and doppelganger was troublemaker.
I switched Alyssa and Conroy.
Oh shit.
Okay, here's the thing, Conroy.
Oh, but I still don't know what it was.
So then,
So you were the troublemaker,
Mhm.
but were you really the troublemaker?
I was.
Was he the troublemaker?
troublemaker.
Okay, and
Okay.
you switched me and Lawrence?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
And
that
Lawrence
means Lawrence is a werewolf and Alyssa is a werewolf because I was a werewolf and Conroy was a werewolf.
You said you were insomniac.
I know, he was
He's
a
being-
liar. So now the 2 werewolves
Okay.
are on either side.
wait, but no. Then hold up now.
But I swapped from the sin. Oh.
Okay, so don't split your vote. Just vote for Alyssa.
Okay,
Cool.
sounds good.
So we're just
Time is
gonna
up.
hang out.
Are we
Okay.
sure about that? Because I still feel like
Yes.
it's Conroy.
3,
We're sure.
2, 1, vote.
All right.
All right.
See it.
I mean, boo, that means my team died.
Why were you fucking destroying me?
Because I didn't think I was a werewolf anymore. If he switched
Yeah.
the 2 of us.
I was the werewolf too. I completely lied.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Oh,
knew.
you were a doppelganger
I was
as
a
a
doppelganger
werewolf?
werewolf.
Well, then why
I knew
were
why.
you-
Because he was playing
Oh,
werewolf.
because you were trying to
I was
get...
trying to get her killed so that the werewolves could stay alive.
No.
Okay, so I won.
Yes.
Yeah.
We won.
No,
Yes, we won.
no.
I want to thank you because I knew.
I'm so sorry.
The second you said you switched cards, but you don't want to specify, I was like, okay, face value, that's weird. If I look into it, he's definitely helping me out. And then I was like, I felt like everyone here was a werewolf, and I was so
I thought I
confused.
wasn't a werewolf anymore.
Yeah, well.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And it sucked. It sucked because I
Not
got a
talent.
little bit about me. If I'm Robert, I'm gonna basically just do this because I'm not gonna like reach at every single time Conrad has been the werewolf.
He was.
Welcome to the post-mortem where we analyze, wow, Alyssa got killed.
Tell you what, that was a masterclass by Robert.
Oh, it was great. It was great. Calmer minds prevailed in that
Yeah.
round.
Yes.
It was a matter of Robert saying, like, I don't know what's going on exactly. It's messy out there.
Yeah.
But I believe that Alyssa was the drunk.
Yeah. Yes.
And so even, wow, a really cool thing about the drunk that I am just realizing is that even if your card gets switched such that you become the werewolf, you dump it. If somebody screws you over by giving you the werewolf card, that werewolf is removed from play and drunk is just a clean slate.
Yep.
Yeah. So it was a very safe move on
Yes.
Robert's part
Yeah,
to
very
pin
safe.
it on her.
Oh man, I mean, truly, watching them all believe him,
Yes.
because he said he was the doppelganger, and he said that he saw the troublemaker.
Yes.
Right. That truly is the oh wow, this is ridiculous. Because here's the thing, when the doppelganger is the troublemaker, don't they make that move immediately?
Yes, they make it at the very top.
Right. So we they were assuming that because it was troublemaker, it was happening at the end. But they did not listen to the doppelganger troublemaker part because they didn't think about it fully. And Robert counted on that because of the huge amount of confusion with all the werewolves.
Yeah. I mean, there was a lot to sort out there, and not a lot of mental bandwidth in order to detect lies.
Wait, hang on. Are you trying to say that we don't have a lot of mental bandwidth on our team here?
No, I was saying that the mental bandwidth was so clogged up with just figuring out who got switched with whom. Thinking that there were two troublemakers out there and a robber, it was hard trying to sort all that and determine who was lying. Particularly when Robert was lying so well.
Especially because so many people didn't really know exactly what their strategy needed to be. Hannah's strategy, I think, was a little suboptimal, but that being said, it was something that made it more believable for the rest of the werewolves to come in and talk about who did what, because she said she was a werewolf, and then the other werewolves were able to pick up the slack and say, okay, well, because of this, I did this, and we moved it here, and they were able to point to somebody and say, okay, you're the person who is actually messed up. And it was actually it was two moves that worked in tandem together to make it seem believable, because one person thought they weren't lying, and so they acted believable. Hannah thought she wasn't lying. It's a very, very interesting game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that it all came down to Robert at the end just saying, like, okay, I feel like we're all confident, and just setting the tone for everyone else to believe him really well. Another thing that made that easy for Robert was that he was playing into his reputation. Robert is definitely a player who will give people a little bit of information about who he was at the beginning, sort of slow play it, and then make strong decisions at the end. Yeah. So, wow, what a round. Now we're going to go into our second audience participation game. We have gotten 2 truths and a lie from one Dean Perkaski, and that's coming from the YouTube chat. So for those of you in Twitch and in Facebook Live, I don't want to say it out loud what the truth is right now, because the players are just in the other room and they might be able to hear me. But here are the 3 statements. 2 of them are facts and 1 of them is a falsehood. Statement number 1, I ran 2 marathons.
Okay. Yeah.
Statement number 2, I lived in Scotland for 10 months.
Okay.
And statement number 3, my favorite color is blue.
Okay, all right, dang, 3 very varied statements. I feel like a lot of those. I kind of want to see what the players have to say.
Yeah,
because I know the answer.
Absolutely. A good thing about it, though, is that none of these statements are particularly Googleable. We had a problem with that in the past, where someone claimed to have a world record, and Curtis just Googled it. He was like, nah, the dude who has a world record has this name, so I'm gonna say that's the lie, which is cheating. We should all be clear that was cheating.
But hey, Curtis is a wild card. He's gonna come in here and he's gonna throw a wrench and stuff. And
yeah,
we know.
Oh, Curtis. All right, I'm gonna get out into the other room, and no, actually, I think we're just gonna cut over to the players. They know what the 3 statements are, and so they're going to try to sort out which one was a lie. So let's turn it over to the players so that they can try to figure out the mystery.
All right, so which one is a lie?
We
haven't started yet.
We're discussing it right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. The 2 truths and a lie.
Yeah, the 2 truths and a lie.
That thing we're doing. Remember?
Yeah. Everybody's kind of. So yeah.
Okay. I personally hate running, and I could never ever run, and I hate marathons. So I assume that one's a true statement because I feel everybody else is better. Exactly, everyone is better than me.
I would never think of that as a lie.
People want to brag about running.
Yeah, so I would always want to say running. So that's a truth for sure.
So we're down to if we all
color
are in agreement.
But
I agree that.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say color blue. That's an easy one to lie about.
Yes.
Just pick a color.
Yeah. So I thought that one at the time, and it was just an easy truth. Yeah. So it's like a little. It could be a flip.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. Who goes to Scotland? Like, what is in Scotland?
Lots of people go to Scotland.
They have haggis there.
Beautiful.
They have
It's where
Haggis?
Outlander takes place.
I think you mean Highlander.
No.
We're talking about the two guys that
hanging on the rope.
I'm talking about Outlander, the woman who touches a rock and finds her.
I'm talking about the immortal.
You're talking about Zoolander again.
Yeah. Right. I'm talking about the immortal guys who fight with swords.
I know Highlander. That's not what I'm talking about.
Well, they're from Scotland, right?
I don't know.
See, if I went to Scotland, I would have to fight a Highlander, and I don't want to. You know what? I don't want my head. You know what?
Which one do you think is the lie?
Here's the reason why I think that potentially Scotland could be lie is because it was the most, I think, specific.
That's the most
True.
detailed.
Yeah.
True.
10 months, like, because if you live somewhere, like, I lived in Scotland for a year. If you live for 10 months, like, you wouldn't be like, I live for.
But you don't want to lie. You don't be like, I'm not gonna oversell it. I wasn't there for a year, so I'm gonna say 10. I was there for 10.
Yeah,
months.
I mean, but if overselling is the metric, then. Fuck yeah, then that makes maybe then blues on the table as well.
Yeah, but if overselling is the metric, then the blues on the table. Fucking kiss it.
My vote's for
It is
Scotland.
Pride Weekend.
Okay, I'll vote Scotland too.
You know
Alright.
what?
We're doing solidarity because
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
I'll
all
do
going
Scotland
for
too.
Scotland then.
Yeah.
Scotland.
Connor's a werewolf, dude.
Did we all vote?
Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland.
The lie is the favorite color.
I knew it! I told you! I was on your team! I was on your team! I knew it!
I think this makes you all stinky rats.
We are.
No.
Only if Danny said.
You're all stinking rats.
Oh, come on!
Okay, we're gonna get into the game.
Oh, ready to play now?
Yeah.
Let me
Okay.
go check one more time.
Oh yeah, I gotta remember
good
what I
idea.
am.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I'm
great.
good.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
Ready to play? Oh,
Vote
my
down.
voice. Okay, great. Here we go.
Always and forever.
Close your eyes.
Great job, and thank you to Dean Pekaski. Way to. You're the first audience member ever to stump the players. Great job. So the first roll being read out there is the doppelganger. We don't have first round where we don't have a doppelganger. Oh man, we didn't have a Tanner in any of our rounds today.
No, I know. Well, I mean, we might.
That's true. Okay.
They're taking a look at each other.
Alyssa and Hannah sitting right next to each other. We can buddy out.
Yeah, strategize a little bit, like a hip bump or something.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, I want to know Outlander and Highlander both go versus Scotland.
Zoolander does not.
Yes, that's the one.
You may look at another player's card.
Lawrence as the seer is going to look at Hannah's card.
That's a bad beat for them.
Yeah,
bad beat.
So Lawrence knows what's going on there, but there's still room for the troublemaker to stir the pot. We don't have a robber.
No robber.
But the villagers are going to have a lot of information. It's going to be a little tough for the werewolves, and the question is, will they be able to play a good Tanner game, a good like double reverse psychology game, or will the troublemaker skew things in their favor? Alright, Channing is switching Alyssa and Lawrence.
That's gonna be good because now Alyssa is vulnerable, and Lawrence needs to decide whether or not he's going to give all his information away. But if he does, he loses.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy.
Channing definitely could have just sealed the werewolf's fate.
Yes.
The drunk grabbed a card from the middle, and it looked like it was a villager card, not the Tanner. Yeah.
Wow.
And the Insomniac, Conroy is just gonna wake up to find out that he's still doing him. He's still that Insomniac.
He said that was what happened to him last game, and that it will be funny to see that he's going to say the exact same thing that will be true.
Hey, breaking news, the drunk actually did grab the Tanner card. So let's see if Robert will be able to figure that out. It'll be tough.
Well, shoulder checking each other last night.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, they lived.
First time for everything.
Anybody have anything they want to fess up to?
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and start?
Yeah, pretty
Cause
boy.
a little bit of trouble again.
That's your catchphrase.
I said my favorite game was Trouble.
That's true.
They made you the troublemaker every time.
So who'd you switch?
I did a little switchity with Alyssa and you.
Uh-oh. I think he likes you. Congrats, dude.
Don't get jealous.
I'm not at all. We're pretty much much done after this.
It's
Sorry,
over?
I didn't want to tell you this on camera.
Awkward.
Yeah,
We
sorry.
What?
I'm gonna wait.
Wait, why are you looking at me? I'm not a werewolf. Okay, Dracula.
So if you guys did get switched,
Yeah.
Lawrence and Alyssa, who's who?
I'm gonna wait to say mine.
As
Cool.
am I.
All right,
Do
cool.
what you have to do, I guess.
Okay, so
Here we go.
You looked at
What story
Conroy
are you
and he's
A
a
minute.
We
werewolf.
used to have a minute before we were going to pause things.
I'm
So
gonna
might as well
wait.
say what
You can
you're
have
gonna
that
say.
for a minute.
Yeah.
So when a man loves really
Anyway?
anything,
Okay.
I'm a seer.
Okay.
And I decided to check out unfortunately this card as is within my immediate
Of
range.
course.
And
What did you see?
and what card are you?
Do you want to say it at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Werewolf.
Oh.
Okay, so you're a werewolf.
No. You're a werewolf.
What is happening?
I'm a seer.
No.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
So how? Okay. Can we? All right. So how am I a werewolf now?
Well, because you're accusing me, I assume. Unless...
Well, I didn't assume. What I did is I used my eyes.
And we'll pause there.
No.
Can I ask you a question?
I don't want to talk to you.
Oh. Welcome to the Stare Down Siesta. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you got something to say.
Okay, I mean, this is a strategy that can work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because if he says, if he's like being made up that he's lying, right, and she says he's the werewolf, and then the troublemakers switch their cards, that would make Alyssa the werewolf. Right? If they're planting the seed of he's lying, he was the werewolf.
Yes.
Then Alyssa, now no one will believe her when she says I was the werewolf when we were switched.
Yeah.
Because people will think that he's lying and he's the werewolf. That's it. This is a next level strategy.
It's
that I
tricky.
Ooh.
It's tricky, and we must know that to some degree Lawrence is out there flying blind.
Yeah.
Because while he knows he was switched,
or he believes he was switched.
Right.
Or maybe he doesn't.
Maybe he
He's
doesn't.
kind of a weird space because
he doesn't know what Alyssa was.
No.
I think that Alyssa may have learned a lesson from the previous game that even if someone says that they switched your card, you can't be too confident coming out and admitting to having started as the werewolf.
Correct.
Alyssa has reason to believe that her card might have been switched, but she's not going to make that reveal too quickly.
Yeah.
Really, really tricky position that Lawrence and Hannah are in, but I think that it could lead to everybody thinking that one or both, not both of them. Well, if one of them was the doppelganger, both of them might have ended up as, say, the Tanner.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, and I think here's the important thing.
Okay.
If we are able to have that logic come out in the order that they want it to, that the werewolves want to, if it's you're lying, you're a werewolf. Okay, I switch those cards. Now that means that he's not the werewolf anymore. Then that's good for them to sow that confusion. But
absolutely,
it's going to be really tough because those pieces of information that we'll put out there are, we really have to believe Hannah in that she's incredulous that she says that she was when she says that she wasn't the werewolf.
Absolutely.
So that's a tough one. And Alyssa knows that Hannah is lying because they saw each other. Right?
Yes.
They know.
Yes.
She knows that Hannah was the other werewolf.
Right.
But it's not to Lawrence's advantage to call her the werewolf.
Not that he even knows it.
Yeah.
Let's see if Hannah and Lawrence are going to be able to sync up. We're going to cut back over to the players so that they can...
But he does know it because he looked at her card because he was the seer.
Right, but he doesn't know that he's on their team.
He does not. That's
yes.
correct.
So let's cut back over to the players and see if Lawrence will be able to figure it out. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Where were we?
Lawrence was in the middle of a soliloquy.
Yes. Professing his love.
I'm interested in what other people have to say.
Yeah.
Because I'm no longer interested in what this werewolf.
Alyssa, what were you?
Shit, I literally just forgot because we've done this a few times in my head.
I need you to remember what you are, so I'm not a werewolf. If we were switched. Because I was seer. And you're the werewolf.
I'm really not.
So did anyone switch cards aside from us two?
I was the drunk and switched with the middle.
Okay.
Okay. I switched you all, but that was it.
And what were you?
This will never know.
No. So are you a werewolf? Why would you not?
No, I am the Insomniac.
And were you the Insomniac?
I was born an Insomniac. And yeah, I also said I was a werewolf last time, and I was a werewolf the second time.
Insomniac
so,
last time.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we can't trust you, is what you're saying.
Well, you know what? Follow your heart. Follow your nose. You can't say.
It's been 10 months in Scotland.
Okay. You know it's right. Yeah. So I'm
Stop it.
I'm running werewolf and pointing an arrow to her card.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. It's an ample effort.
1 minute remaining.
Well, what are the other accusations on the table? Because here's the bottom line truth. If Alyssa is a werewolf and I got switched as a werewolf, then I'm attacking my own team because
you don't.
Don't look at me like I'm on that team. I'm not on that team.
I mean,
brain fart and like all of them are blended together.
You don't remember what you are?
I was the doppelganger. I looked at his, and he was the drunk.
Only 30 seconds left.
I am a drunk.
that's a smart move, and
I don't. It's not
doubt
a smart move. It's just playing.
No,
the game.
that is a smart move. But what I'm telling you is that like unless I'm a werewolf, killing you would make sure the werewolves die. And I don't care if I'm a werewolf. I know you're a
Conroy,
werewolf.
what are you?
I am the Insomniac.
He could also be a werewolf, but I know for sure. Would I be a werewolf?
I think
I'm
sure
I was
these
a
two are
werewolf this round.
You were?
Yeah.
Time is up.
What?
Everyone.
So it's that one now.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
Vote.
You guys are fools.
So what do we have? We have
So,
3 on
Lawrence.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right.
Flip it over, buddy.
Lawrence, let's see it.
Oh.
I didn't know. I had a feeling.
Wait,
I
so
had
you
a
were calling
feeling.
her out and she was a werewolf?
Yeah. Well, and I even said, "Say my werewolf. It's fine. I know she's a werewolf."
I want to kill you right now.
Such a great job. The issue.
You did such a great job murdering us.
Welcome to the post-mortem. We're gonna have to keep this pretty short.
Yep.
But gosh, it seems like Lawrence almost figured it out at the end
he
there.
was so close.
He was like, I think that Alyssa might have been the werewolf, in which case I'm definitely killing my own team. And he was waiting for Hannah to try to like catch on and like.
No, you know what? I think I'm calling Lawrence on this one. I don't think he had a full grasp. He put out too much information, and it was kind of a rough go. And
Absolutely.
unfortunately, killed him in the end.
Yeah, sorry, Lawrence. Nice try. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. We appreciate you joining us in the chat. We appreciate the shares and the comments. We're on every Saturday at 11 a.m. Happy Pride to everyone. We are going to cut over to the players so that they can say their fond farewells.
We're coming to you to say goodbye. 3, 2, 1, say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy Pride.
I had fun. I enjoyed your fun, guys.
I'm a werewolf.
That was
Casey,
You did
Danny.
such a good move.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Did you guys all enjoy your mimosas?
Oh yeah.
So much.
Wonderful. I'm so happy. I'm not sure if I'm in the frame. Here we
It's
go.
all us,
There we go. Golly, tough
Yeah.
break there, Lawrence.
Lawrence, MVP again.
Even as my shitty player stance, I still managed to kill you. So.
And yourself. It was a murder suicide.
No.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry we ran a little bit late, but to say farewell as we always like to on this show, hey, secrets don't make friends, but friends make secrets.
Good lies and goodbyes.
Happy Pride.